as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway in Foxborough. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play 1 there?
No, that was never.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Ramondre Stevenson, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Patriots take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some change?
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Here's Stevenson.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England.
Ramondre Stevenson,
with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now Tua not liking what he sees, so he's going to signal for a timeout.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 23.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year, with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They were pretty early in this contest, and with one interception already thrown, when that ball was tipped in the air, I think he had to be wondering, could this be a second one, and was already battling in his mind how to handle it. Fortunately, that ball fell incomplete, and now he gets a chance to atone for what could have been a big error.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. On play action, here's Tua. That escapes the sack. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4. Here's Thomas Morstead on out, punt it away on 4th down.
And deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost push them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Back to Stevenson on first down.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They go play action with McDonald.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
And Brandon, I think it sets up what's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away.
And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Kevin King with a pick.
And the Pats will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
But I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Out of the gun, McDonald
Steps away. Touchdown! Devontae Parker. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Now for the point after. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one goes for 36 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action. It's McDonald. Flush to his right. Downfield and caught by Thornton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone will come free.
Throwing is McDonald. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw in that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's McDonald off of the play fake. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this one is right through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. His throw incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 81 yards. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead now down to 20. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Getting to the ball behind the line was Xavier Howard.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Here's McDonald to throw. This is Smith to the ground. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. McDonald. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Forced out to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic 1st down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson. His way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Patriots are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Riley now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready, break.
On first down, Tagovailoa to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Troy Reeder. And the Pats are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
McDonald sets to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
On the ready?
Tua, the final shot before half. And now here is another interception. Kevin King with a pick. And he's got room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Now the extra point. And he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Third quarter starts with a run by Chris Evans. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Evans again. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jerome Baker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On third down, it's Evans. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Tua now on first down. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Ready. Triple 38.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And the Patriots are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
78 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Straight ahead, it's Stevenson.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
Stephen Carter,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. Now a Creasy here as he's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Miami. Still down very big on the scoreboard, but a little feather in their cap here.
And it's a big-time play, and if you don't get energized after a kick return, well, then your team just doesn't have any spark. We'll find out if this is the start of a big comeback or just cosmetics as we go along.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Deep. With the 10.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 24.
They'll start with a give to Taylor. 58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to...
The pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Christian Barmore, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up fourth down.
He's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Fourth down, fourth quarter, here's Tua.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Pats are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Evans gets it again on second down.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On second down, Evans looking for space.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On third down, here's Stevenson.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Now Tua.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. One final try for Tagovailoa. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.